Okay, I'm going to present our dear Jeremy Stubbs. He's the president of the UK Conservatives here in France, and what more important, he's the chief deputy editor for Causeur magazine, which is a conservative magazine in France, and he's going to be our moderator for today. And he will be talking about the subjects. I'm going to let him continue. And again, give him a good round of applause, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, it's a great pleasure to be here, to see you all. Let me thank once again Randy for pulling off what is a miracle. And I should say that after this miraculous day, I hope that everybody who is here will go forward and keep the momentum going. Now, we are going to now, let me just put the glasses on. We're now going to treat a very different subject from the previous one. This is globalism, dangers of economic decline, myths of real, and alternative visions for a better future. Let me just say a few words about how I understand this subject. What people often call, as it says here, the Green Deal. The Green Deal. Many of us have made a deal of ecology yet, and we can discuss what the deal should really be made. But in terms of subject, we're talking about climate change, essentially. The ideas are that the climate is changing in a bad way, and that human activity is responsible for this. There are people who deny this is happening. There are other people who... We try this one. I've already worn out one microphone. Last week I got through 5 in 20 minutes. This one's made in France. It should last a bit longer. Yes, there are people who deny that idea of climate change. There are others who express skepticism about that. One may agree with them or not. However, there have been moves afoot recently to prevent such people from being able to express their opinions in public. There we're touching on the previous subject of free speech, and that can only be bad. However, there are other positions as well. There are people who accept the reality of climate change, but do not approve of various measures that are proposed to solve the problem. I'll be very brief here, but one example, nuclear power. Nuclear power would be a good solution to a lot of our problems, but ecologists they've actually been working for decades to undermine nuclear power. I wrote an article on that last year. It goes way back to the 60s in America, a division amongst the ecologists into 2 camps, those for nuclear power, those against. Those against formed the Friends of the Earth, and as we say in English, with friends like that, with friends like that, who needs enemies? They've worked to undermine consistently around the world nuclear power. Another subject which has come up in the United Kingdom recently is the use of carbon capture. We can bury some of that carbon under the ground. No one's saying that that is the perfect solution. It is one technique where every little bit helps. That's not good enough for the ecologists. Oh no. Because what a lot of these ecologists want, really, is not simply to save the world. They want to destroy capitalism. That's what they want. Many people believe that we can save the planet and capitalism at the same time. Now, this is what brings us to the general question here, is how do we reconcile these two things? If we are going to solve this problem of climate change in as far as it exists, then what measures should we take? Now, there are those who think we should destroy capitalism. I'm not sure we can agree with that. And I'm sure that St. Margaret is listening to me. St. Margaret Thatcher, of course. There are others who think it's also a good opportunity to dismantle the patriarchy. They say that, for example, mining coal and taking oil out of the earth, this is what they call extractivist, something that only really men engage in, powerful, muscular men striding around the earth, extracting things from the body of the mother. This, of course, is ecofeminism. Can we save the planet and still keep some sane idea of human relationships? This is another question. Now, today, there are very few people outside of the United States, perhaps, very few people who will talk about free market economics, let alone who will defend it. And yet the whole of our prosperity, including the prosperity of those young people who throw tomato sauce over paintings, that prosperity depends on the free market. But the free market is attacked, in some ways rightly, because of globalization. And there are those who say, oh, well, we must end globalization. You can't just end globalization. It's not going to stop. The question is, how can we have a more intelligent globalization that really works for us? Now, if the answers to those questions interest you, then you've come to the right place, because we have a fine panel who are talk about this. If I understand rightly, the first is Rob Roos. Is he here? He is. Give him a big round of applause. Would you like just come and sit down here? I'm going to bring the panelists down one by one so that you can see them here. The next, and I hope my pronunciation of names is not too bad. The next we've got Sita van Kempema. Is she here? Come on down. Please take a seat. Please take a seat. And next we have, all the way from Romania, Dorin Jacob. Would he come down as well, please? Thank you very much. And now, France's very own Charles Gave. Charles Gave. He should be here somewhere. Charles, send out a search party. Here he is. And finally, Marc Zell. Marc Zell, would you come down, please?